Week 9, the halfway point of the 2021 NFL season. Andy Gresh, part of our New England Nation team, in to talk Panthers and Patriots. Before we dive in, Gresh, both teams 4-4. Is this where the playoff push begins for the Patriots?
No question, because now you're starting to see in the AFC that it's a little jumbled. And not only are these tiebreakers going to matter, but which team is going to be able to survive from an injury standpoint. You know, with Tennessee, they lose Derrick Henry. The tragedy out in Las Vegas, Henry Ruggs is off that Raiders roster now. That was a big piece for them offensively. You know, we're seeing COVID breakouts across the league. So, yes, I think not only the wins and losses, but now it's also managing your roster now that the trade deadline is over with and making sure that you're buttoning up the particulars and not out because of a COVID.
And when you're talking about injuries, the Panthers right there, quarterback, star running back, they don't know if they're going to have either Sam Darnold or Christian McCaffrey. Before we jump into that and how the Patriots game plan for those different options, what are your keys to a Patriots win, which would be their third straight?
Yeah, I think they got to lean on Mac, because the one thing Carolina does really well is they stop the run. And if you think of what happened against Tampa and New Orleans, it was a little more of the lean on Mac because we might not be able to run the ball. You got to grind it out. That's the other thing. Offensively, this is going to be tough. I think that Panthers front has the ability to cause some fits at times. So not only do you have to lean on Mac, but you got to grind it out. And then defensively, got to make sure there's no big plays, because that's the field. Those are the field flippers that I think Carolina is going to be looking for, because as you said, who knows what's going to happen to quarterback, and who knows if they have Christian McCaffrey.
So it could be Sam Darnold under center. It could be P.J. Walker. It could be Chuba Hubbard as the lead back, who's shown bright spots, the rookie out of Oklahoma State. Or it could be the all-pro and Christian McCaffrey. How much does Bill Belichick have to juggle this week in all of those different variables?
Yeah, I think you prepare for McCaffrey definitely, because he's the one guy that can really kill you, right? Bill Belichick's always been good against Sam Darnold. There's a lot they can go with the playbook there to be able to, all right, 3rd and 10, all right, here's what we do. This guy will throw it into coverage and all that stuff. You know, P.J. Walker is interesting because he's been with Matt Rule going all the way back to Temple. A lot of familiarity there. However, I'd love to see him in this spot, because I just don't think he'd be ready for it. And then Chuba Hubbard, nice player. Got to make sure that that run game doesn't get rolling for Carolina. But it's really loading up to make sure that if you got to deal with Christian McCaffrey, you know how you're going to do it.
Didn't want to bury the lead, but Stephon Gilmore is now on the other side and healthy and coming off of a game-sealing interception against the Falcons last week for the Panthers to snap their 4-game skid. Talked today to reporters, made a couple comments. One, the contract did play a role in him not coming back and eventually being traded. But two, he said he didn't like how the team handled his quad injury. What do we make of those comments?
Yeah, I don't really know, quite honestly, because it was last year that he ended up getting hurt. So he missed a handful of games in which he was paid $21 million. So I thought the contractual sort of loggerheads was very easy to see. What he means on the quad injury, I have no idea, because you know, he was in the early parts of camp, he was out there working on another field, and then it's like, boom, he ended up going away. So did he have a setback? I don't think it was a misdiagnosis. And I do think that, you know, there might have been the whole gamesmanship of, oh, my quad. Oh, but wait, I got more money in my pocket? Oh, it's great. And then you get back out there.
All right, so knowing that the Patriots know a little bit about him and about the quad injury this year, do they try to throw at him? Do they try to play his way? Or do they stay away knowing his potential?
No, I think you got to try him a couple different times, but I don't think he's going to be out there a ton. And, you know, this gets brought up all the time about having that number one corner. Well, who are they taking out of the game? Who are you take out Nelson Aguilar? God bless you. Go ahead. Have fun. Take him out. We'll play 10 on 10 and figure it out from there. That's the thing about having Gilmore this week. So for me, Maury, it might be more of the specialized situations. What are they doing him on, say, 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line? Might Gilmore end up getting himself a piece of Hunter Henry in a press coverage situation or something that they know he can do well? I think the Patriots will take a couple of shots, but at the end of the day, you know, what's he going to take out? You know, Jacoby Myers? All right, I guess they can work around it.
Come 4:15 Sunday afternoon, do the Patriots win their 3rd straight, get above 500 for the first time?
They do. I think this will be bowling shoe ugly, as they would say. You know, I'm looking at around 23-14, something like that, where New England gets an ugly, grinded out, hard-fought win. For those who like offense, I don't think this is going to be your game.
Patriots 3.5-point favorites as of right now, going down to the Queen City to face the Panthers. He's Andy Gresh. He'll be with us Sunday morning on New England Nation 11:30. We'll step aside here on the Sports Wrap, and we'll be right back.